hasn't once wished a desired result could be handed to them on a silver platter, or that a genie could just make their wish come true? Despite knowing better, we wish on stars, blow out candles, and send our eyelashes into the wind, never telling another soul what we wished for, because then it would not happen. Most of us know we can't have something for nothing, that there are very few easy ways out or too good to be true quick fixes. At the Democratic National Convention a few years back, Michelle Obama shared, if we see a mountain in front of us, we don't expect there to be an escalator waiting to take us to the top. But as crazy as it may sound, sometimes we do. At Mountain Peak Strategies, we recognize that whatever we desire is indeed like climbing a mountain, as it is getting through the challenges that life throws at us. My name is Mozella Perry Ademiluyi, and here is this week's Mountain Newsletter. Each week, I give you ways to have what you want, make the difference you came here to make, and love the life you live. Today, we look at the challenges associated with dealing with challenges. Now, if there is one thing that you take away from this week's Mountain Newsletter, it should be this. Most of the biggest, baddest, and hardest challenges that you will face in your life will come from within you. I'm not saying that they are things that are born of you or things that have been created by you alone, but I am saying that they now reside within you, which is great news, because it means that you have power over them, unlike the many challenges and opportunities that will come from the outer world. When were you last upset about what you consider to be bad luck or unfortunate timing? Last week? 15 minutes ago? Listen, we all make plans and create the deadlines that go with them. Some are long-term, others may be last-minute ones, and everything in between. And then, just when you're about to jump on that plane, sign the contract, or say I do, something happens. Something goes wrong or right, and what you thought was the what is no longer happening. Sometimes it's really no big deal, almost trivial, but all too often there are more elements at play and consequences to sort out than you were prepared to deal with that day. When this happens, what do you think? How do you feel? And what do you do? Sure, it may be a huge disappointment, but how you choose to think and feel about what happened has a direct effect on what the end result actually is, and therefore how you feel about the final outcome. Being with what is can be a heartbreaking, hard pill to swallow if it feels adversely life-altering. In those non-critical times, all it takes is for us to dig a little deeper and discover that redefining those disappointments in a different light can make all the difference. But when those plans were held deeply as important, the disappointment can be devastating and leave us feeling stuck in the mud and having to dig deeper than we think possible to get out. These are the internal battles that truly hold the power. In previous and future Mountain newsletters, we will be diving into more detail about tackling some of the specific internal battles that we all go through. But this week, we are focusing on acknowledging that they exist, accepting that they hold sway over us, and realizing that we are not always fully aware of what they are and how they impact our lives. Because it is only when we do that we can start to counteract their effect. Limiting beliefs, buzzword, definitely, but very real. Limiting beliefs are those negative thoughts that you have about yourself or the world around you. the ones that stop you from doing the things that you want to or must do, the things that help you achieve what you need to achieve. We may doubt our self-worth and underestimate our abilities. We may feel that we are just unlucky and always will be. We may worry that the world is against us or that we are just victims of an unjust system. And we long to be living in a different time or place, or that we were a different person, imagining that this would make things easier. In short, we accept, embrace and expect the feeling of failure. We internalize it and make it our own, a character trait that we own or something that owns us. If it can leave us feeling stuck in a rut, paralyzed by uncertainty, and running through a list of reasons why we deserve the disappointment. Now, apart from all the specific issues that these thoughts toss up in terms of what you do and when and how you do it, they also just drag you down. They destroy your self-image, confidence, your emotional state, and drive to thrive. These internal battles are numerous, and we all know what they are in theory. We all deal with them, each one of us to different degrees, and with our own unique package. The details of how they impact us, how to work with them, work around them, or work our way through them is a challenge that we all must face. But since we know what limiting beliefs are, why is it so difficult to understand which beliefs are limiting and which are just realistic and objective truths? Well, because the mind is a powerful delusion generator, all of these thoughts will sound like you speaking truth to yourself. However, too often it is the voice of that third grade teacher who did not like you, a parent in who a moment of anger said something hurtful, or the pain and self-recrimination of having really wanted something, tried really hard for it, only to have it still not go your way despite deserving it. It is of the utmost importance to pick those voices apart. Realize that they are not all the voice of logic, reason, and your rational mind protecting you from steering the wrong way. In reality, you are stronger than you give yourself credit for and more capable than you allow yourself to imagine. That is why it is hard to understand the differences between the voices in your head. But how do you separate those out? Well, you have to listen. Sit with yourself and listen really hard, with curiosity and without judgment, but instead with an understanding that you are human, full of flaws, and capable of overcoming them. Now, let's get back to that mountain. You can work smart rather than hard and still achieve your goals. However, you know there are requirements before you get to the peak. And Michelle Obama is right. There will be no escalator available to allow us to avoid the sometimes difficult steps we must take to achieve what we want. Knowing specific details about what you want and how far and fast you want to go is essential. Get those steps in line, and embracing what you want to achieve with all your heart and mind is a connection that is to your success what battery power is to your cell phone. But before you can make the necessary plans and build the courage and confidence needed to work diligently through unforeseen obstacles towards those ends, you'll have to address those limiting beliefs face on and replace them with a system of beliefs that allows and supports you to be your very best and most powerful self, your true self, because you are worth it and because you deserve it. For upgraded members, I'll share some essential tools that will help teach you to listen even more intently and tune into the truest version of yourself despite all the noise. Moving through this process will also help you build the mental and emotional resilience necessary to have what you want, make the difference you came here to make, and love the life you live, even more than you already are.